it's Sandra. Welcome to another episode of Asexualise, my asexual life. This is a place to be for education about asexuality, all things asexual. I share my own asexual life journey in order to help you in yours. If you haven't already subscribed, hit that great big subscribe button right here, right now. Please hit that bell icon so you get notified of every time I go live and out or post a new video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you find the content useful, helpful, insightful in any way, shape or form, or you just want to give this channel some like love. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. So in tonight's episode, I'm going to be doing a film review of this no sex movie, which is Hannah Montana. But first, if you didn't know who I am Sandra Bellamy, author of this awesome Asexual Perspectives book. As you can see, I read it a lot myself, and it's got 47 different asexual perspectives in it. So you can click below and get the link going through to Amazon and get a copy of that book if you haven't already. So, yes. What is Hannah Montana about? So, if you didn't know who this person is below the bottom picture, this is Miley Cyrus. She's a singer. Her dad's Billy Ray Cyrus in real life. And in this movie, she's playing herself, and she's also playing her alter ego, Hannah Montana. Now, Hannah Montana is like I said, her alter ego, and basically, she wears this wig and gets all dressed up in sparkly things and everything. But what happens is she becomes so big, so famous, that basically, you know, her life's completely taken over by Hannah Montana. And, you know, she's not spending any time with her family anymore. Her friend's party she didn't get a chance to go to on time. And when she does turn up on it, then all the people are more interested in being her fan and cheering her on than actually her best friend whose birthday it is. So she steals the limelight of her best friend's birthday. And she's all set to go abroad. I think it's to California. She's got an agent, and their dad decides he's had enough because literally her kind of escapades as Hannah Montana have taken over their life. You know, she doesn't see family basically anymore. She doesn't do anything like other than be in the spotlight, and is wrecking her life. And so Miley Ray Cyrus's real dad in real life is Billy Ray Cyrus. So it has got her real life dad in it, playing his own part, real life part. And basically, you know, so in the movie, the daughter and father do work together. And that's her dad in the film as well. So obviously it's got parts of truth in it, and which I always like. 100% beef, cool idea. Oh, thank you, lots of love to you, nice to see you. So yeah, so you know, so basically what he does is he takes, I am going to spoil it. If you don't like spoilers, don't watch the rest of this. So basically Miley's dad takes her away and stops her being Hannah Montana. It's like a Hannah Montana detox for 2 weeks. And so he takes her back to the farm, which is her grand's farm, or I think it's a grand's farm. And anyway, is it a grand or aunt? I'm getting confused. I think it's a grand now. Anyway, she goes to a family member's house, and it probably says on the back here who it actually was. Gets caught up in the lifestyle, Miley. Oh, basically, yeah. I don't know if it actually says here. Anyway, she goes to a family member's house, and yes, so basically she has a detox from Hannah Montana. She's not allowed to be Hannah Montana. And on this farm that they go to, which is her family's farm, basically, she gets to be Miley and has to get rid of the Hannah Montana scenario for the while, right? And so this film, I was really looking forward to seeing. I thought it's going to be fantastic music. It's going to be a really, really, really good movie. I actually was disappointed, and that's not like me. When I usually watch a film, I usually feel really good about it. I didn't actually feel good about this film. Thanks for the thumbs up. And I'm going to tell you why. So first of all, there was something I loved in the film. There was one thing that I majorly loved in the film, and that was the love story. Yes, it doesn't have sex in it. So it's a sex-free movie, which is obviously something I love. It doesn't have any nudity, which is something I absolutely adore. No sex, no nudity, because being asexual and sex repulsed, I don't like any of those things. I don't like nudity either. I think it's totally unnecessary. And so the one thing, I am a romantic asexual, you know, I am into romance big time. And so I did actually love the storyline where Miley gets to meet this guy on the farm who's actually got a crush. Sex in Hannah Montana, good one. There's no sex in Hannah Montana. Not there is. There's no sex in Hannah Montana, none whatsoever. You know, so it's really good. And oh, sarcasm because it's called Hannah Montana. Is that right? Oh, I didn't get it because don't think like that. But I have actually done movie reviews before where they've had sexual innuendo in certificate use. So anyway, so the thing that I personally liked about this was that, you know, she went to back to the farm and there was the guy who had a crush on her from years ago, but clearly he still likes her. He still really fancies her, still wants to kiss her, still wants to be still wants to, you know, he wants a relationship with her basically. And it was one of those films that was one of those annoying films where you want them to kiss if you're a romantic person. Obviously, if you're aromantic, you hate romance and probably would repulse you this part of the movie, right? But if you're someone like me who loves romance, which I really love romance, that was the one thing I loved about the movie, is obviously the fact there's no sex or no nudity. I love that as well, but it was all the romantic storyline, and all the time I just wanted him to kiss her. I'm like, why don't you kiss her? Why don't you tell her how you feel? Just kiss, ah! And I was like this throughout the whole movie. It was driving me insane, because that's why a lot of the time I like watching movies for the kiss. I'm like, I know, because I'm romantic. I appreciate that a lot of aromantic asexuals don't lack romantic attraction. I'll be like, bleh. But for me, I love romance, and I'm like, please kiss, tell her how you feel, don't let her go without saying how you feel. And so what progresses is basically there's people that are trying to build something on their like family's farm and village and everything, and they need to do a fundraiser in order to raise funds to stop that happening. But she figures that she can't do it as Miley Cyrus, so she has to bring her alter ego Hannah Montana back. But at the same time, she's making progress with the guy that she actually likes back. And so she agrees to have a date with him. But she agrees to have the date with him on the exact same time that she's meant to be Hannah Montana raising funds to save the farm and village, and to have, I think she's having a meal with the mayor. And so there's some really comical scenes which are good, which go basically where she has to go between the mayor and eating with the mayor and her family and other people there, and then she goes across the road to be with him at this date, but he gets fed up with it eventually and decides to leave. But you know, that's quite funny. But there are some bits which I thought was not very good acting. I mean, there's a bit where there's someone there's a Hannah's, basically not Hannah's, well it's Miley's, but they're the same person really. So it's Miley's brother, and the younger brother, he ends up at a petting zoo, working at a petting zoo, and it's supposed to be funny scenes, but it's really amateur acting. I mean, he's meant to have an alligator like biting at his ass, excuse my language, you know, and it's like, if that was in real life, he'd be dead by now. And so it's like slapstick humor, you know, the very old-fashioned type of Charlie Chaplin. I don't know if you know Charlie Chaplin. He's very old. I mean, he wasn't in my time, but I've just seen like movie footage of him. You know, it's very slapstick humor, you know, I call slapstick really unbelievable stuff they do. And so it's like, to me, it's kind of made it a bit amateur acting. So you probably want to know by now there's some other things I liked about the movie. So The Climb is my very favourite song by Miley Ray Cyrus, and that is one of the songs towards the end of it. There's also a nice song called Butterfly that she wrote that's on there, so that's really good. And there's another song which is like a hip hop song that she does in the Barns, which is part of the fundraiser. And so, you know, I loved those 3 songs, but the rest of the songs I wasn't that impressed with. I thought they were a bit boring. And the reason why I didn't like this film is because, to me, it is very old-fashioned. Now, I am a young girl as far as I'm concerned, right? My birth certificate age has got sweet FA to do with me, right? I just don't believe it half the time. It makes me laugh. So I'm really, really young. I like 21 mindset, reprogram my mind to be 21 years old, and I live like a teenager, right? And I like young films and movies with like dance music in them, and it makes me really happy. This film is set in a very old-fashioned way. It's set out in the countryside. It's set in a farm, and it's very, very old-fashioned. A lot of the songs like aren't as great as I thought they'd be, and the whole film's got a really old feel about it, and I didn't like that. I hated it. And the reason why I hated it was because it took me back to my past. I'm being honest with you now, right? So when I was younger in birth certificate age, I was old before my time. It's hard for you to understand it if you don't understand my brain. But I know there's stuff like, so when I was young in birth certificate age, so I was really old for my age. Growing up as a child, under 10 years old, I was really old. I was like much older than the body I was in. And I grew up in the countryside, and my parents lived next to a farm, and I hated lots of empty space. Like most people, like the film is aspiring people to want to go and live in the countryside and say, isn't this awesome? Isn't this great? Isn't this beautiful? But I don't actually feel that way about the countryside. I don't like it living in it, right? I don't like it at all. I hate it for me. To me, it's a feeling of oldness, a feeling of like loads of space and that I don't belong. It doesn't feel good to me. I didn't like living in the countryside. I didn't get on with it. I'm a city girl. It's the city's where my heart is, right? I need to be out. I need to be able to be mobile on my own. I never had a car. I never drove. My dad would have to drive me places, which was nice. He did that. But, you know, a lot of the time I was in the countryside. I was out on my own. Don't have any brothers or sisters. I was bored rigid. Yeah, trees are lovely. They give us oxygen. But, you know, when I've seen one tree, I've seen 1,000 trees. You know, on your own, when you're on your own, I used to spend a lot of time on my own. I was very depressed back then. I wasn't feeling good about my life. I didn't like it at all. And this movie just brought all those feelings and emotions back for me. And so I didn't actually feel good. I felt bad after I watched this. The only thing I felt good about was the love story, really. 100% beef. I felt more mature as a kid, but more emotionally unstable. But when puberty hit, I really became immature and was emotionally unstable. I think I know what you mean. I'm sorry. Oh, it's all right. 100% beef. Lots of love to you for understanding. Yeah. It was like, yeah, I was really old before my time. Like I've always been very consciously aware of myself. Like most people, even as adults, are not consciously aware of themselves. I was always consciously aware. I was always able to think of my own thoughts as though my brain's separate to my body. I've always been able to think that. And so it's kind of like you're in a body, but you're not the person whose body you're seeing. But my mum and dad are older fashioned, and so I was kind of dressed in older fashioned clothes because they thought that was, you know, that was kind of the thing that they liked. And I appreciate, you know, that they didn't really understand back then, the young me. And I wasn't being young back then, you know. I was like, I had a short haircut, which I hated. I wasn't allowed my hair long as a kid. It was like in a bob. And I just for a long time I didn't like my life, basically, and I didn't like living out the countryside. And this just reminded me of past that I didn't like. 100% me. So you feel you didn't have a childhood? I had a childhood, but I didn't like it. I was very miserable. I still had like Kylie and Jason posters on the wall. I still watch Neighbours. I still listen to pop music, but I am younger now because in 2012, I started going to business seminars. I got into personal and professional development. I stopped talking negatively to myself because of fibromyalgia. So I was diagnosed in 2012 with fibromyalgia, and I worked out if I carried on saying negative self-talk to myself, which I've been doing for years of my life, then I would have pain in my body, and I would end up on crutches or in a wheelchair, and basically I would end up hurting myself. So I stopped talking negatively to myself, but I didn't like myself or love myself back then, and I didn't like my life still that much. But especially, it was better because I stopped being depressed after 6 months. It came to terms took me to come to terms with the fact I had a disability for life. So in July 2012, I felt better, but it wasn't until I went to the business seminar I actually began my self-love journey that I realized, God, you've got a lot of skills and things to offer the world. And prior to that, I thought there was no point to life. What was the point of me being here? I'm sorry. I'm glad you're not talking down on yourself and hurting yourself. Thank you, 100% beef. So yeah, I had a childhood, but I wasn't wanting to die a lot of the time. I thought horrible thoughts like just take me now, God, that type of thing. And I had a childhood, but I hate, it wasn't a nice childhood for me. I was bullied a lot, because I am different. I've always known that I'm not normal. I still know that to this day, but it can be in a good way now as well. But I had a lot of, I didn't really have many friends. It was a very difficult time for me. And I remember going to discos, and I remember the old feeling of discos. And for me, discos are old, and now since 2012, I saw Tony Robbins live on stage. He's a world leading coach. He's very famous in the entrepreneur world, right? And so since that time, like, he got us to basically change our state, which is how you help yourself to get out of depression or bad moods, low moods. You change your state through music and movement. Because if you're moving to music and you're upbeat, you change, basically you have to force yourself to change the state you're actually in. And so this is how I got better, and started loving myself, because he got us to do something that I'd never done in my life before, because I was really uncomfortable, and that was to also get up and hug strangers. Now, up until that point, I could never hug anyone other than a boyfriend I was in a relationship with, or my parents, to say goodbye, not even to say hello to them, right? I wasn't a huggy person. I didn't like to be touched other than in a relationship. And, that was basically it. And so I went to this business seminar in 2012, and it completely changed my life, because Tony got us to hug complete strangers. And there was this guy, and he was hugely big in body mass, and he had like a bald head with just this piece of flyaway hair on top. And he wasn't very good looking at all. And I put my arms around him to hug him. And I thought, if I can hug this guy, I can hug absolutely anyone. And then I went around hugging some other people, but that was just it. I could do it then. I mean, I still wasn't comfortable doing that much, because it's something way out of my comfort zone. And then when he got us to dance, jump up and down, listen to music, I remembered who I was. It kind of like clicked that I am a young girl, and I need to be this young teenager girl living this young I need to be basically in my 20s, and I need to live like a teenager. I'm this young girl. I'm not this old woman. I'm not this old person that I've been for years. This is not who I actually am. And so it's like a spiritual, I guess, wake up call, as well as waking up to myself in self-love. I'm very intuitive. I am so intuitive. I just follow my intuition nearly all the time now. It just works. Sometimes it looks like it's not working, but it always works. Even if it doesn't look like things are going well, it always works in my favor, right? And so now I'm a completely different person. Like, I love being young. Like, I am my true self now, being like 21, not being that old person. So when I was watching this reminded me of the older me, the one that comes with a lot of pain, a lot of heartache, a lot of sorrow, a lot of feeling like completely alien, and hating that old-fashioned life. I didn't like life back then. I don't want to live out in the countryside. It's not nice for me. It's a horrible feeling to go back. And so this just triggered all the like flashbacks of being in that person's body again, like it's not even mine. And it just triggered being back. And it's like, I hate that feeling. I don't want to go back. This is why I love being young. I love going out to, like, the club I go to with foreign guys, as you know, like, a lot of them are like 18, 19, 20, early 20s, mid 20s. There's not that many older, people after their late 20s that's in that club. There are a few, but it's like, that's the type of age I should be around, because that's the type of age I believe my soul is. And it's like the other person now, I've left that person. That person was in my past. It's like, I mean, I believe I've actually been reincarnated from a past life. I do believe that. I know if spiritual people will understand that. I do believe I've been, and I've told you before, I have an Indian soulmate, I believe, from a past life. So I actually do believe that. But also in this life, it's like I've had two different lives. It's like I had the old me in the young body, very old before my time. I went through all that old life, all the normal life, 9 to 5 job or whatever, come home, like watch the TV, eat some food. It's just like it's so like not that's like a life I would never have again, normal life like that. It's just bores the hell out of me, And so I don't watch TV anymore. I gave that up with my own because I got into entrepreneurship then in 2012. It just changed my life and I haven't looked back really. And so, but it was because of that seminar, I realized who I was. I realized that the dance music is what energizes me, what gives me energy. And so no longer do I have to be like this old woman. And honestly, I believe that's like the older version of me. And I've gone backwards and got younger. That's honestly what I feel like. I've reprogrammed my mind to be younger, to be like 21 years. I think I went from 25 to 24 and skipped to 21, I think, something like that. 100% beef. I'm 23, but I feel like I'm 13 because of my autism. But it's good to relive your youth. Yeah, but for me, I'm not reliving my youth. This is how I'm meant to be now. I've gone back to being the young person I was meant to be. So for me, I don't think old, because reliving your youth is an old expression, something an old woman would say about their younger version of them. I don't think like that, because to me, I am who I am meant to be now. So for me, I've actually aged backwards as I meant to do. Oh, it's okay, 100% beef. Don't worry. Some people say, that's why I don't tell people my birth certificate age, because they judge me and it really annoys me. I hate my birth certificate age. I would actually get rid of it. If it was up to me, I would change it legally, but I can't, because there's no way you're allowed to change your birth certificate age legally unless you're in very serious trouble with the law because someone's after you, which thankfully I don't have. So you're not allowed to change it. You can change your hair color, you can change your gender, you can change a lot of things, on your certificate, birth certificate I'm talking about, because obviously people who change their gender don't say they've changed their gender. A lot of them are like, well, I'm being the gender I was always meant to be, but they're allowed to actually change that on their birth certificate age, whereas I can't do that. I'm now the age I was always meant to be, in my personal opinion, but I had to live all through that rubbish to be the person I am now, with all the experience to help you on here and to help others with my books and writing and courses. So I had to go through all that. But to me, it's like 20 or whatever years previously. It's like, well, it's more than that, I think. But it's like that. It's like an old me that I don't even know anymore. I only know her as the old me. Like a lot of those memories have faded. And so I for me, it's not like reliving my youth. It's not young at heart. It's not like that at all. For me, it's just like some people believe or know they're a different gender, right? I haven't got a problem with my gender. I'm female, although I have male traits and proud of them, right? But it's like that with my birth certificate age. It's really hard to describe to people. A lot of people don't understand me, because it's honestly like I'm meant to be. Actually, I am a younger age. There's only rare occasions does my mind start slipping into older mind. It's usually if I'm thinking about older in some way. The majority of time my mind doesn't think like that. And so, for me, it isn't like I'm trying to relive my youth, or I'm trying to be something I'm not. I am actually this person. I'm like 21 years in my mind. Sparky66, live the life you want. It sounds like you're happy and found yourself and you are doing what you want. 100% B. Thank you. I understand. Thank you. Yeah. I am me now. And thanks for the thumbs up. I'm really truly who I was meant to be now. This is who I'm meant to be. But I had to go through all that, obviously, because I needed to go through that to have the experience of what I do now to help people. Like if I hadn't been in heterosexual relationships for half of my life, living that kind of normal older life, I wouldn't be able to be on this channel now helping as much as I do and giving all the advice I do, because I wouldn't have that experience. So it's kind of like me looking at someone looking at me, but another version of me. It's really weird. And so like it's difficult because I work as a store sales manager now, in a day job, right? But I'm furloughed at the moment. And it's kind of weird working back in that type of environment from the point of view, I've got to be a bit more older in it. And it's kind of like, I just want to be my teenager self. Eddie, yes, the stir is here. You can all swoon over me now. Eddie, what you like? I think with two guys in the actual chat, don't think they'll be swooning over you because I don't think they're attracted to guys. But yeah, so it's like, you know, so that's why I didn't, for me, this film wasn't good feeling for me. I wanted to feel good, but I didn't. I just felt bad. The only thing I felt good about was the love story. It's too old fashioned. The music was old. A lot of it was old fashioned. The whole scenery was old fashioned. And it's like, it's just like me years ago when I was depressed and I didn't like my life. And I didn't like being in that environment. It was horrible. It's not true to who I am. So, you know, for me, I'm living as I was always meant to live now, but I've had to go through all that past life. It's very difficult to explain. It's like, but I like to get as far away from that life as possible. Like, I have a best female friend who I've mentioned before on this channel. She's heterosexual. She's not asexual. And I absolutely love her dearly as my friend. I'm not a lesbian. Don't do that. I'm not interested in women's bodies. Don't like. Anyway, I love her as my friend. We've known each other since 2012. And so basically, what was I going to say? Eddie put me off. I'm trapped in 1985. Oh my God, that is old, Eddie. So it's like, are we going to talk about music? Well, seeing as we're going to go off on tangent and talk about music, I actually like 90s upwards music, usually. 1985. Oh, 1985, yeah. Oh, that song, yeah. I think that's a song in it by Paul Hardcastle, is it? I think it is, that song. But for me, I like, you know, for me, it would be 1990s music upwards that I usually listen to. Do you know what I mean? Like, I usually like, I usually listen to like 1900s, you know, 1900s music and 2000 music onwards, you know. It's like the more modern stuff because I'm a modern girl, you know. And so and I like to be called girl rather than woman the majority of the time. But I was saying, you know, like I had to go back into a day job, so for me I have to be like a bit older in that, which feels a bit weird. It's like I really just want to jump up and down and run around and listen to dance music and dance like a crazy girl, but I have to be a bit more refined in work. It's like, oh God, I just want to speed around. It's a song, but it's by Bowling for Soup. Just Googled it. There is a thing called by Paul Hardcastle called 19. It's got in the lyrics, it's got 19, because I used to do hospital radio presenting, and I used to actually play that song out. The Paul Hardcastle version. I used to actually do a hospital radio show with 60s and 70s music, so I have got different older music, but my personal preference and taste is like modern music, like from the 1900s upwards, basically. So yeah, I've forgotten what I was saying about my heterosexual friend. Oh yeah, my heterosexual friend. She's my best friend. I love her dearly, but she likes doing karaoke, and I don't do karaoke. I gave it one go when last year she moved home to be with her partner, to move house to live with her partner, and I decided to do one song then, just for the hell of it. But I'm not a good singer. I'm much better at dancing, and so I don't usually do it. But the whole point I'm trying to get at is that basically the karaoke environment's older for me, and she's older than me. She's like in another decade. But she's still young for her age, though, really young. And so yeah, I used to go and watch her do karaoke, but I wasn't bored with her, but obviously sat there when you're not interested in karaoke and don't usually do it is a bit much, you know. But I used to go and do it for her, and the environment was older, like with older guys and older people in general. And you know, like for me, that's not a good environment for me to be in. It is to see her, and it is to, like, they have live bands and stuff, but to be honest, I'm not really that into live bands. I prefer to go and listen to techno music and dance music, club music, you know, all the modern music with modern synthesizers and beats and foreign music. You know, I'm really, really young. And so going into an environment where there's karaoke and there's older people and singing older karaoke songs, for me, it just felt like this is the older me that I'm reminded of that I don't want to be anymore because I'm not that person anymore. And it's a very old environment. In the end, last year I had to say something and I could have lost my best friend. I almost did, but I'm glad I didn't, because I it was hard for me to tell her that I needed to go clubbing in my city and be around younger people. But I mean, she did actually say that at one point. She said, "Oh, it's probably because you're younger that you need to be in a younger environment." Because I'm younger in birth certificate age anyway. And then I said basically she was right, but it was a bit hurtful. I think not meaning to be hurtful to her personally, because like she likes doing that type of thing, and I'm not saying I'll never go and see her do that again. Just for me, I need to be in a young environment with like 19-20 year olds and in their early to mid 20s, even a bit later 20s. I need to be around younger people like my soul age. It's a song by It's Bowling for Soup. Just Google it. Love them. Great band. 100% beef. Yeah, I hate small talk with people my age. I don't need it reminding that I'm not living up to their expectations. Yeah, I'm sorry you're having problems as well. 100% beef. Yeah, you've got autism. I've got quite a few of my friends have got autism. Quite a few of my asexual friends have got autism. But one of my friends who identifies now as homosexual, he's got autism as well. So yeah, I mean, I usually get on really well with autistic guys. I usually actually get attracted to them because they're younger, because I'm young, like purposely young. So I usually get on really well with autistic guys. I understand them really well. I'm very direct in the way I talk as well, which is very helpful for my friends because I just tell things straight to them, exactly what I mean. And so, the directness is really appreciated usually, and yeah, sorry you're going through this too. Not autism, but you know what I mean. Yeah, it's really like, like I hadn't been thinking about it. Like some of the memories are getting like less now from my past. I'd rather forget, but this just brought a lot of the really ones from childhood back, and it felt not good. And so now I'm thinking maybe I should just get rid of this. And I got it from a pound from Poundland, so I thought I'd get it because I thought it's only £1. But I was disappointed, to be honest. So, and I didn't think the acting was very good. So would I recommend it? Personally, unless you really like Hannah Montana, I wouldn't recommend it. But there you go, unless you're a really Miley Cyrus fan. Or Billy Ray Cyrus, How much is that in America? This I got from the pound shop in the UK, so it'd be equivalent to your $1 shop in America, basically. Mighty virus, laugh out loud. So yeah, I just didn't like it very much. It didn't really do much for me. I thought the acting was quite amateur. Oh, so $1, like, well, a pound is less than $1. So a pound is less than $1 because the dollar's much more strong than the pound. So this is with the dollar. I mean, this is a pound, so it will probably be $1.70 or between $1.50 and $1.70 for this type of thing. Because I think that the dollar's about 70% up on the 30% up on the pound. So you usually get a thing every dollar you get 70p. I think it is something like that. If you spend $1, it's about 70 British p, something like that. But you can get a translator. Sorry, that was just a silly question. Oh, bless you. So yeah, so it's because it was a replay. It's like a reconditioned one, and I just thought I love dancing, I love singing. It's going to be really good. Really looking forward to it. Love young movies, but when I put the movie on, it wasn't young movie I thought it would be. That was the problem with it, and I'm like, oh god. The good thing was they did kiss at the end, and I was like, right, living time. 1.34 in dollars. Yeah. Thank you for looking that up, Sparky. Appreciate that. Yeah, so now I feel much happier with my life, but I wanted to share that with you because I haven't really shared that. Google to the rescue. Yeah, that, thanks, Sparky. I could have googled that, but I was lazy. Laugh out loud. Yeah. Oh, bless you. But yeah, I mean, if I try and Google stuff when I'm streaming, because I've got an old Mac, it doesn't like it, and sometimes it just stops me streaming, which is why I don't Google anything on my Mac anymore. Usually, when I'm in the middle of a live streams, like some people, I get some foreign comments. Paid £1 for a shiny. What's a shiny? Do I even have to ask? Frisbee. Oh right, okay. So yeah, I wanted to share my truth, that I didn't, I wasn't happy a lot of my childhood, and like it was the old version of me. Like now I feel I'm really who I'm meant to be. I'm the soul person's meant to be. I'm very in tune with me, that like this is the younger me now. Like I really feel I've aged backwards in a good way, so I'm really happy about that. I look younger, that I look happier than I did years ago in a lot of my, I've got 2 photographs of me from years ago. I don't know if I can show you them. Actually, I don't know if I can show them now, if I'll show them. I actually recording a trailer for my new YouTube channel, and 2 of my older pictures will be in that trailer. So maybe I'll leave it for that. I don't know if I'm going to put it on here as well, but it's to advertise my new YouTube channel that I haven't put any videos on yet, because I want to do the trailer first, but I've been working really hard on it because it's my life story, this type of story that you haven't really heard before. It's my entrepreneurial story. So new YouTube channel, leave a link. Oh, okay, yeah, I haven't put any videos on there yet. I don't know if I can put a link on from here, because if I try and Google it now, I think Google might take me off, because I said I can't really Google stuff very much. Let's see if I can get it up. I'm just looking at while you're talking to me. well, while I'm talking to you. I'll see if, I think it's come up. Right, so this is my new channel that I haven't actually got any content on yet, apart from I got a picture of me at the top. I got 4 subscribers so far, so yeah, let me copy the link. Right, yes, I'm going to put it in chat so you can subscribe already, because I will be doing, that's my new channel, which is called Make Money, Make Cash, following my entrepreneurial journey of making not very much money online, and the struggles, the failures, and the beautiful small successes. It's going to be good fun. It's going to be good. It's a very different channel. So it's following my Make Money, Make Cash journey for the last 8 years online. And unlike a lot of people, I'm not making tons of money online. So the name's ironic. It is ironic in some ways, but the whole point of the trailer and my philosophy behind it's basically who I've become in the process. So in the process of trying to make money and make cash online, I've become a better person, because it's about the journey, which is what I want to, and it is about, thank you, 6 subscribers now. Yeah, that's really nice. Thank you so much. Eddie should subscribe to that as well. Yeah, everyone should subscribe. Yeah, so basically, thank you so much. I love you so much. Yeah, so basically, because of 2012, like I was sharing a bit with you tonight, because of that 2012 event I went to, it completely changed my life. I stopped being depressed, but I started to love myself, and that was the start of my entrepreneurial journey. My pursuit of making money, make cash online has led me to be a better person, to be a happier person, to love getting up every day. So my biggest thing, though, is writing books. I absolutely adore writing books, and I am successful in the asexuality niche, and being a successful writer in a small niche, but I don't earn loads of money from my asexual books. I've obviously got my fibromyalgia book as well. I don't earn loads of money, but it makes me really happy writing for asexuals, and it helps every time I change someone's life. Now, my God, I've forgotten how to spell, apparently. Sorry. I knew what you mean. 6 subscribers, no. I knew what you meant. It's fine, Sparky. Lots of love to everyone. I'm feeling a really loving mood tonight. It might be because I have met a new Indian guy. Well, I met him before the other one actually, but this one's nicer. So, but I was gonna not say too much about it, because but I know what you mean. So there was an Indian guy that kind of didn't work out, but I was talking to another Indian guy. Thank you, congrats. I was talking to another Indian guy before that, and now we're talking more. And I've got a video date with him on Sunday. He watches this channel sometimes. He's subscribed. Hello, tons of love to you. If you, just in case he watches this, he's sleeping there. But yeah, but yes, good for you. Hope it all goes well. Thank you. Thank you. I'm just very excited, to be honest with you. I'm really looking forward because I preferred this guy. I just knew I was meant to really be talking to this guy. So yeah, he's much nicer, and I just think I should be. Well, I don't want to, jinx it or anything, but I just always when I just can feel his heart. I just connect with him. With the other guy, I didn't really connect with his heart. This guy, I do. I really like him a lot. I feel his heart is really nice, but I don't want to get too excitable. But yeah, so that is some really good news. I'm feeling like a kid now. I'm like playing with this, like this is my pajama thing. Oh dearie me. I'm starting to blush. Like if I really like a guy, I get a bit shy, which you won't know about me probably on this channel because it's like I don't really show that side of me. But it's like if I go and like a guy, I start blushing and go a bit shy and start not being able to talk very much. So I do like him a lot. Yeah. So hopefully it'll go really well with him. So yeah, on Sunday on video day, I'm like, oh my god, I'm so excited. And he lives in my country, not in my city, quite some miles away still, but London. And I love London. It's like my second home. So it'd be great if that worked out. But yeah, oh, he looks really nice. Oh my god. I can't stop talking about him now. I gotta be careful. I'm going blushing. Yes, that was my good news. Yeah, so he was a guy I should have basically been talking to in the first place, but he kind of like disqualified himself, and then I found out that he really did feel something for me because he revealed that. And I'm like, oh, subconsciously you really liked me anyway. So he's like, oh, good luck finding your soulmate. I'm like, oh, so you're not him then? And he's like, I didn't say that. But I know because when I start talking to the other guy, this guy I was already still talking to because I was talking to him first. He said about, knowing how I feel about you. And then I'm like, oh, you do really feel for me, something for me then. And he subscribed to his channel and really likes my view of love without sex because he's not asexual, but he really likes the idea of having a forever romantic relationship without sex. So I was really happy about that. He said he's watched my videos on this channel and he sees that the love I talk about is pure love. I was like, oh god, that melts my heart. He's saying I can see, Sandra, that the kissing, the romance, the care and support is real true love, not sex. And I was like, oh my god, you're melting my heart. Do you know what I mean? Like to have a guy say that to me who really understands, it's just an incredible feeling. So yeah, I was really happy about that, and I think it's really good for asexuals. The more people know that asexuality exists, the more people that are not asexual hear about asexuality. Is great, isn't it? And thank you for the subs, by the way, to my other channel. So yeah, so on my other channel, like I have been learning how to make money and make cash online for like 8 years now, but I haven't been like, in terms of like actually making a shed load of money online, I haven't been successful at all. But my success is getting out of bed every day thinking, God, I'm so happy to be alive. And I found out, even through all the money making ways, that the main thing I like getting money from is not because of the money, it's because I love writing books. And that, it to me, is like, you don't make shed loads of money at writing books unless you write a lot of books, and for big niches, right? Obviously asexuality isn't a big niche, but asexual books are the most important thing in my life because they can change people's lives, and they do. I get private message with like people saying I was broken before I read that book. Oh, if you don't know what book I'm talking about this. It is available in the description below if you want to grab a copy. It's 46 asexuals and my story in here. So I have people that saying that that it changes their lives. They felt broken. Some people felt suicidal before reading this book, and they don't anymore. So for me, it isn't about money. I would still write regardless of money, but it's nice to get a little bit of money to put back into my domains and stuff like that, because I need to renew domains like asexualise.com domain, for example. even web hosting, and even paying for internet, because I have a higher level internet. I have unlimited internet, so I can stream all the time. A high, fiber optic. I used to be on a low one, so I was paying more money per month to do that and stuff like that. So really all my money, I do have business insurance for my books, which takes like nearly half my money per month. So I don't actually make, I don't even make a profit usually. It's like it just goes in and out again. But the whole point is that I love living now, and in the process of trying to learn new skills, like I can build websites myself. I know how to do email marketing, social media marketing. I learned about things like drop shipping. I learned things about property selling, which I'm not interested in. There's a lot of things about making money that I'm not interested in, which is why I haven't pursued them. Because just because they're available and you can do them doesn't mean to say you like them. I don't believe in doing stuff I don't like or enjoy. Nick, hello, Nick. Lots of love to you. Nice ace to see you. Nick's asexual. Sparky, video dates never get old with the right person. I know I'm always giddy before date night. Oh, Sparky, you love doing date nights as well, do you? With your girl before you see her. Yeah, it's really nice. Hi, Nick. Again. Oh, it's lots of love to everyone. This is a good chat tonight. Yeah, so 100% beefs here as well. I like 100% beef. They're lovely, always supportive. Been here a while, haven't you? And Eddie support. Eddie is not asexual, but they've got an asexual girlfriend, aromantic asexual for now over 3 years. Long distance. So yeah, it's really good. So yeah, so Sparky's not asexual and Eddie's not asexual, yet they've got asexual partners and they're both here. So I think this is amazing. Nick's got that asexual partner and Nick is asexual. So this is all good. And 100% beef is uniquely 100% beef. I don't think you've got a partner, have you? 100% beef. I don't know if you want one, but you're you, beautiful you. So yeah, I am a bit giddy off the date this weekend. Yeah, so I've been working on a trailer. Oh God, I've been working on the Asexual Guide to Sex book for the last 2 days. So I have got because obviously Asexual Guide to Sex is my latest book for asexuals. In case you didn't know, I've been working on it since last June. We're now in November 2020, so I've been working on it for like a year and 5 months. And with the interviewee, I'm just working on the final story for the book, other than my own, because I saved my own till last, even though it's not going to be the last in the book. Part of my story is going to be in the back of the book, but this chapter's unique, and there's one story in the last chapter, but I'm going to be introducing it and saying my bit first, if you know what I mean. And so I'm working very closely with the interviewee on this one. We did a video chat for 3.5 hours the other day. And, I've been working on it for the last 2 days, a lot of editing. And it's really imperative to the book, So I've been working on that last 2 days. But before that, was it Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I was working on the book trailer. So the book, not the book trailer, sorry, the trailer for my other channel, Make Money, Make Cash, the one I put in the description. So it will show my story of why I basically started the channel, because my life did change because of personal professional development. In the course of seeking money and going after learning how to make money online, I've actually become a happier person. So money made me happy in the other way. The fact that, a lot of people would say you're a failure, Sandra, because you've hardly made any money online. But at the end of the day, I know how to do it, and I'm choosy about what I do. And I've just become so much happier in the process, of all the stuff. I mean, obviously I design t-shirts for asexuals. I don't sell loads of them, but I've got like 60 of my own designs on Redbubble. The link's down below in the description if you're looking for Christmas presents, But to even be designing any t-shirt, even the first one I ever did, it's just like I never thought I'd be designing t-shirts in my life. It's like I never thought I'd get that skill. It's like, how the hell am I ever going to do that, right? I took Photoshop classes at college, but I didn't understand it. And I watched YouTube videos and understood more of that. And the first t-shirt I created ever sold within less than 24 hours. So do you know what I mean? But you have to sell loads of them all the time to get any decent money. So and have regular people that buy from you all the time. You know what I mean? So, I just wanted to do that channel because Make Money, Make Cash is a big thing to a lot of people. And I do know how to do it. It's just that, it's just a lot of the time there's a lot of stuff I don't want to do, but I am good at selling stuff online, like Facebook Marketplace. I've sold a lot on there in the past as well. I'm good at selling on Facebook Marketplace, physical products. I'm really good at selling, so I've sold a little tiny bit on eBay, like a couple of items. So, but yeah, so I'm going to be sharing my journey. I'm going to be doing lots of personal, professional development. It's not going to be the same as this channel, but you're probably gonna, once you subscribe to that, you'll probably be thinking, oh my god, this is a bit weird for Sandra. So yeah, but you it's nice to have your support over there. I really need it, because trying to start a new channel in a completely different niche is kind of like a bit scary for me. I'll be doing like making money, but also saving money, because one of the ways you get more money is actually ways of saving money, and a lot of people spend money they don't actually need to spend. So I'll be doing some videos like that as well. So it's going to be really interesting. You'll get to see a different side of my personality and me, I guess, a little bit. But I've always classed myself as an entrepreneur because I just like the journey. I like the journey of entrepreneurship. I like all the skills I learn. I'd be bored out of my brain else. So yeah, I really appreciate you doing that for me. It's lovely. Yeah. So I've been like this trailer is absolutely epic. So but I've been working on it loads. I've done voice recording, and I had to redo the second half of the trailer because I wasn't happy with it. So I'm still got that to finish because I took a break to work on the Asexual Guide to Sex book for the last 2 days. So I need to get back to the trailer later on this morning and basically spend the rest of the day doing that if I can and get it finished. But it's you'll see the story. It's very, very interesting. I put a lot of time, energy, and effort into it as well. So yeah, I've still got the video footage to put into it, so I've got the story. I've got the last little bit of the ending to decide which ending I want as well. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting, that one. Sparky, the best part of an adventure is the journey, not the destination. Exactly, Sparky. And that's what I want to show people, because so many people, they don't make much money online, and people are like pretending they do. Some people really do. I've actually got a lot of people I'm connected to that do make a lot of money online, but they love what they do. And they are like, some of them do Bitcoin. I ain't interested in Bitcoin. I couldn't give a toss about Bitcoin. It doesn't interest me. So I can't do something just for the sake of making money. I've got to have some sort of interest in it. If I haven't got any interest in it whatsoever, I can't just do it. Even though I have entrepreneur friends that share how much money they're making, I'm just like, so on that channel, one of the things I'll be doing in the future is interviewing other entrepreneurs and how they make money online. Because on my personal Facebook, I've got half asexual, well, part asexuals, some people from school, not very many because I was bullied at school, and then I've got other people that are entrepreneurs. So you're absolutely right. It's the adventure, the journey, not the destination. It's really important because I have become so happy through doing entrepreneurship. I wouldn't change it for the world. I would keep doing it because I love it so much. But I found really nothing makes me happier than writing books, to be honest with you. So I need to do more with my book writing, more and more. But I just love it. And then second, I love doing YouTubing as well. So I thought I'll try that one, but it's going to be different. It's obviously a different market. But there's other asexuals. A lot of asexuals do want to work from home. So it's still going to be a useful channel, ways of saving money, ways of making money, even if I don't do much of it myself. I used to do business mentoring as well, because I'm very good at helping other people with their businesses and help them making money, because like if I know what their business is about, I can come up with marketing ideas for it and stuff like that, because I'm very good at that type of thing. Just for me, I won't do something for the hell of it just to make money because it bores the hell out for me. I won't do it. It's not something sustainable. It's like coaching. I like to do some coaching, but I like to do it as part, like I like to coach a lot on this channel for free, really. But in terms of one-to-one coaching, I do want to carry on doing some of that, but I don't want to make that my whole profession, because I love writing books. First and foremost, I want to be known when I'm dead for writing books that change people's lives. That's what, and obviously asexuality, to change the course of history where asexuality is concerned. They're my two biggest ambitions. One of which, well, they both link together because obviously I write books for asexuals. The Asexual Guide to Sex book is everything for me. I think it's the most important book out there, gonna be out there in the entire planet and universe, because it can literally change the whole course of sexuality as people see it in the general public. The book completely changed everything. That's how dramatically I believe in that book, you know, and I've made sure, even though it's taken, you know, it'll be a year and a half soon that I've been writing it, it's very important I get that book right, because it's lives at stake. You know, sex is to do with life, you know, like creating a life, or it could be ending a life if it's abuse and stuff. Do you know what I mean? So it's a very, very, very serious subject matter to tackle. And especially when I cut, you know, it's not professionals that are in the book, it's asexuals giving their opinions. You know, I've got to be very, very careful with all the people's stories, how I edit it with them. And that's a lot of them have spent over 6 months with me editing their personal stories. I mean, in the book you wouldn't even notice, because it's like questions and answers. Like, I like the question and answers format of this, so that's what I've done again. But and I did a lot of editing in this, but the latest book has far many more editing. I mean, with one person, it's about 53 emails backwards and forwards, because I need to get it right. I need to get it as right as it can be and worded right, because they're giving advice. And, you know, it can be life or death to some people. That's how seriously that book is, and serious I tell you, because it's showing the good, the bad, and the ugly about sex, which is not in any other books. People censor things. Even the publishing company, the 35-year publishing company that wanted to republish this, which I turned them down in the end, and they said that Asexual Guide to Sex was too risky for them to actually do anyway. But they know there's a market for it, because they want to do all their fairy tale type of stuff. You know, they don't want to tell the truth about sex. They don't want to hear anything to do with sexual abuse. And there are, in the Asexual Guide to Sex, there is stuff to do with sexual abuse, as well as the fact that some asexuals are having sex and didn't like it. You know, so it's a good, the bad, and the ugly. It's telling the damn truth. And people don't like that. But because I've got my own publishing company, Quirky Books, it's under my own imprint, I can do what I like. And I've got insurance as well. You know, there has to be a disclaimer in it, obviously, that I'm not a medical professional. I'm not a psychiatrist, psychologist, or anything like that. You know, and, you know, there's going to be a disclaimer that asexuals don't have to have sex. It's just the ones that are curious to try it. That's what the book's there for, to say don't try until you've read it, because you want to make an informed choice, not just jump in. Do you know what I mean? If it's the book I'd wished I had when I was 16 and pressurized into sex. I really wished I'd had it back then, but, you know, and it'll help loads of people. There's such a lack of education, sex education, in schools and colleges and universities. Even this day and age, it's not really, you know, like, and especially when I was at school, there was nothing. There was like a stupid video with a woman dressed as an egg and a guy dressed as a sperm, and they were dancing towards each other, saying, "One day my sperm will come," the woman was saying. It's disgusting. And that was my sex education. You know what I mean? It's rubbish. And so that's why I've been spending a lot of time on this book, you know, and also I've had other work to do, but, you know, it's the most important book, really. Like, I love this book, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love this book. It's a really, really good book. But the Asexual Guide to Sex is something else. Like, this is a good prequel to it, because obviously it does bring up the subject of sex and what asexuals really think about it. So this is good to read first. There's links in the description. But yeah, so, you know, that's what I've been spending my time doing, you know. But, you know, so, but yeah, I realized that, you know, it is a journey, like my entrepreneurial journey. I wouldn't change for anything. And it's because I pushed myself completely out of my comfort zone, even doing this channel, you know, even starting a YouTube channel. I had a YouTube channel before this channel, right? But I didn't post on it that much, and I still don't post on that much. I should really post a video at least once a month. I don't even always do that. The Quirky Books TV one. Then I decided to start an erogenicity channel, because I'm actually really good at helping people with dating relationships, and I have got an erogenous side to me, but I don't like sex. And I started doing that. I've done 3 videos on there so far, but at the moment I had to give it up for the timing, because I was so sex repulsed. Like, you're trying to do an erogenicity video, which is obviously more geared towards sexuals, and yet I'm like feeling really sex repulsed. So I have left that for a while, which I know there's an audience for that, and I could help them as well. But it's just like I get such repulsion sometimes. I'm like, ugh. But the Make Money Make Cash is a domain I bought last year. I'm surprised it was still going, actually, because Make Money Make Cash market is huge. And I've got the makemoneymakecash.com domain, which is just insanely awesome. And so it's always my intention, because I am really good at things like selling on Facebook Marketplace, like I said. So yeah, when I was redundant, I was earning, like, you know, I was selling my own personal items and getting 2 to 3 times more money for that than I was actually selling in business terms, selling stuff. But yeah, and I learned a lot of budgeting skills when I was redundant. I learned so many budgeting skills, working with, you know, like using less money and changing my habits, my food habits, and all sorts of stuff. So it's going to be a really good channel. Obviously this is my favorite channel. I love it so much. So yeah, the book trailer is really I keep calling it a book trailer. The reason I keep calling it book trailer is because I did have a book trailer that no one's seen, and there's bits from the book trailer that's actually in the video that I'm doing. So I've taken, and there was lots of footage that was recorded for the book trailer that never went in it, and spookily enough, obviously intuitively enough, it was always meant to be, because the actual video footage fits with the story I specifically created, which is my personal story, real life story, but the narrative I have created for the book trailer, the actual trailer, not the book trailer, the trailer for the channel, but I've used part of my book trailer that no one's seen the footage of. It's incredible footage. It was recorded years ago. And so it's very powerful, and other footage from it. I was getting my memory stick and loading it up, which took me hours the other day, because literally I've got an old Mac. So yeah, it's a very powerful and very powerful trailer, and for that channel, yeah. And that's going to be a channel I've got to work a lot at alongside this one. And I got to finish my Asexual Guide to Sex book. Oh my god, I'm going to be so busy. And I go back to my day job next week. So it's going to be like, oh my god. Yes, I'm going to have so much work on. I wanted to get the Asexual Guide to Sex book finished before Christmas, but I honestly don't think that's going to happen, because I'm still working with the interviewee on the final story before I actually do the rest of my bit, which is the majority of my bit. But I can't just rush it. It has to be done properly, like I said, for safety reasons. And there's a lot of stuff that I need to put in. I specifically left my story part of the book till last, so that it covers the gaps where other people who've been interviewed don't deal with the topic. There's lots of multiple topics around having sex, lots of multiple questions. So it's those questions that I will be answering in more detail in my own parts of the book, because it's big safety aspects regarding stuff. So I'll be going more into a safety aspect of it, more into the emotional aspect of it and stuff like that, which was huge at the time for me. So that's what I've been doing. So I'm always doing like stuff to do with asexuality in that. But yeah, but it's totally about the adventure and the journey. But I love getting out of bed every day now. Like, in terms of like writing, I love it. In terms of being on this channel, I love it. I love being able to like connect asexuals globally. It's incredible. And people that are not asexual, come and chat. So it's really nice. So yeah, I'm being brave actually on the other channel by saying, hey, most people will think I'm a failure, so come and rejoice in my effing failures and my small successes, something like that. So yeah, might be a bit sweary in that channel. But yeah, this is gonna be different. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that new adventure, as well as the current one still going on. Yeah, so I really want to show my appreciation, I was going to say, for everyone that's been in chat tonight. It's been great. I know I started talking about like this Hannah Montana film, went completely off on a tangent, because I was saying that for me, I didn't really think much of it. I didn't think the acting was very good. I didn't think the story, I thought it was a bit boring. I thought the storyline was really old fashioned. It wasn't like a modern pop musical that I wanted to see. I prefer the Step Up movies. I love the Step Up movies. I would watch them back in a heartbeat. I watch them quite a lot usually, because they're really high octane energy, but this for me just didn't do much. So I can't really go around recommending it, not unless you're really a Hannah Montana or Miley Cyrus fan. That's probably about it. But otherwise, I'm like, no, the acting wasn't that great either. I think it's because they were trying to act themselves some of the time. It's like, but you are yourself, so what's the point trying to act it? And then there was like slapstick humor, like I said, it wasn't great. But yeah, is there any questions or anything in chat? If not, I'm going to conclude tonight's video. I think I've really, really appreciate you being here. Thank you already for subscribing to my new channel. I really appreciate that. And yeah, I want to give lots of love to everyone in the chat. 100% beef. It's absolutely lovely to have you here as usual. I really appreciate that. And Sparky, it's nice of you to come back tonight for this live chat. Eddie, as always, lots of love to you. And Nick, lots of love to you. Say hello to Megan for me. And yeah, I wish you a very, very beautiful, beautiful evening or daytime, wherever you are. I'll see you on the next video live stream. Thank you for being here. If you've got any more comments, queries, questions, put them in chat below. And as always, once this video is finished processing, after it's finished being live, I will post the link in the description to this, just in case you want to get a copy of it. Yeah, it's a great community and great videos. Oh, thank you, Sparky. Lots of love. Lots of love. It's brilliant. I really appreciate you being here. It's really nice. And take care. And I'll see you all in the next video live stream. Don't forget, if you haven't already subscribed, if you're new to this channel, hit the great subscribe button now. And you must hit that bell icon so you get notified every time I go live. Right now, I post a new video. Thank you for your comments, Sparky, about this being a great community and great videos. I have to say, this is a wonderful community. I really appreciate you being here. Bye, stay safe. That's awesome advice. Lots of love, everyone. Take care. Bye. Embrace your quality and each other. See you soon. Bye.